What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Falcon Crest Season 3, Episode 9. So listen, Maggie know her sister, and she know her for her works. Now, Terry got some stuff with her. We already know that she coming on the show to start some problems. And Maggie got her good eye on her, okay? She already making little slick comments at Maggie. She talked about how Maggie sent Daddy a $25,000 check and, you know, talking about Cole being so young to be getting married. And then she made this little offhand comment talking about something, y'all really are doing well for yourselves. I guess she caught you a good one. Talking about Chase. Now, Chase is avoiding little sister like the plague, and I feel like it's a story there. It's a story there. Because I don't think it's just, I don't like your sister. It's something there. He avoiding her. I don't know if they got a history. I don't know if she done came on to Chase in the past. It's something to it. It's something to it. But we're going to get there, I'm sure. It'll play itself out. Now, while that is going on, Lance is down to Falcon Crest, and he in his feelings. He upset. You know, he mad because Chase is buying all this new equipment. And Lance is like, it's nothing wrong with the equipment we have. Just because he done inherited a few dollars, don't mean that he just be running around here just buying up coins. I mean, buying up new stuff and new equipment. The equipment we have works fine. And Angela was like, boy, bye. Like, if he want to buy new equipment, let him buy the new equipment. Like, it's not a problem while you tripping. And he was like, well, I'm going to go find my wife and ask her to dinner. And he said, nice, quiet dinner. Angela was like, well, it's going to be real quiet because your wife left. She said she had a meeting with her attorneys in town in San Francisco, and she been gone. And then Angela going to throw it out there and talk about something. Oh, yeah. I had Philip call her attorneys, and they don't have no appointment with her. I'm telling you, she hanging out with Richard. Child, Lance gonna ride his happy tail on up to the Richard's house, and he out front trying to sneak into the house and get past the guards. He done started a fight, and Angela and Richard end up, I mean, not Angela, Melissa and Richard end up driving right past him. And I said, if you would just sat in your car and was calm about the situation, you'd have saw them in the car, because she is definitely not trying to hide nothing. She trying to pretend like this is part of the plan, and I'm getting close to Richard so he'll help us, you know, take over Falcon Crest. But Lance ain't buying it. Lance is 100% convinced that they are having a full-on affair. And now that he has decided and he is convinced that Melissa is cheating on him and having this affair with Richard, all bets are off. All of that, we're going to work together to overthrow Falcon Crest is a wrap. He is not interested in working with Melissa. And, of course, Melissa now is back to her old ways. So now they back to clawing each other's eyes out, fussing and fighting, and then falling into bed, child. They had this whole moment towards the end of the episode where, you know, they was down in the barn and they arguing and fussing, and she trying to seduce him. And he'd gone and had sex with her. And then when it's over, he was like, no, you still a slut. Like, when I look back on these old shows and I look at the stuff that people got away with, I'm like, child, we are too sensitive for this now. We would never let this go. But anyway, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to enjoy and watch it. Now, in the meantime and in between time, Chase was hanging out with Michael down to the vineyards. And the board of the hospital then rolled up on Michael. They offered him this job. You know, I ain't never seen nobody get that type of a job on that level. But somebody just rolled up to you while you out hanging out in the vineyards with a contract and a folder talking about some sign here. It's a very lucrative deal. Now, Michael took the deal, but Michael was like, listen, I'm not about to sit here and play politics with you and nobody else. So please understand what I'm getting ready to tell you. And what I'm getting ready to tell you is I'm going to keep investigating. I'm going to keep looking for what happened to my cousin. And if I find something that ain't supposed to be there, I'm going to let you know it ain't supposed to be there. And of course, now dude is like, oh no, I will not have any slander come to my hospital. And Michael was like, but you will if I find it. And I've already signed the contract, and it's too lucrative of a deal for you to want to buy me out of it. So, oh well, you're just going to have to let me do my job. I said, that was way too easy. Cole is back from his honeymoon, child. And, you know, he done rolled up on his cousin. I mean, his Aunt Terry. And Aunt Terry's happy to see him and everything. Like I said, it's more to this story. We're going to get to Miss Aunt Terry. Now, Michael has continued to do his investigation, and what he found out is that the pharmacist that is in business with the doctor, that his expenses exceed his income as well by a whole lot. And he was like, well, all I can do is look at his um HR files. Like, I can only look at what he makes at the hospital. He may have outside money. Like, I can't say he didn't get an inheritance, or, he don't work another job. But based on what he makes at the hospital, he is living far beyond his means. And here go Chase. Chase be getting on my nerves. Here go Chase with his self-righteous ass talking about something. Well, we need to take this. I'm going to take this to the county commissioners. And Michael was like, nah, we can't do that yet. He was like, we still trying to find what's going on, and if they think that we're on to them, then they're going to start cleaning up. They're going to start, hiding stuff, and I kind of need them to think that they still business as usual. And Lance, here go Chase. Well, I have a commitment to this, to the county commissioners, to let them know if something's going on at the hospital. And Michael was like, bruh, I need you to just chill out for a minute. Okay? Chase be doing too much, because he do it again at the end of the episode, and he really be on that whole, like, yada yada yada, child. He get on my nerves. So over to the jail. Let me go on and get her out the way, because y'all already know how I feel about this Julia storyline with her in jail. Now Julia is in jail, and now she her addiction to alcohol is more profound, because she been getting access to it while she's in jail, and it adds, and also with her being depressed and upset and worried and mad and angry and all those different emotions she got going on. So now she's really becoming dependent on the alcohol. Now her little black friend is telling her, girl, stop getting in cahoots with this guard. She means you no good. And Julia was like, well, my mother paid her to be nice to me, and my mother took care of it, and I'm good. And old girl was like, but you not good. Like, she getting you caught up and strung out. And Julia was like, strung out? She was like, I'm not a drug addict. I just like a drink from time to time. It just helps take the chill off a little bit. And she was like, that's how it starts. It starts with the alcohol. She said, I've seen it happen time and time again. I've seen people getting strung out, and I'm telling you what road you headed on. Child, she ain't trying to hear it. So the guard, of course, got her right where she wants her, right? So the guard is like, look, alcohol ain't cheap, and I'm taking a big risk. And I feel like you need to, basically, she's shaking her down for more money. So Julia asked her little black friend, she said, well, she's writing a letter to her mother. And her friend was like, girl, the last thing you do is put something in writing, especially something like that. Like, they read your mail, duh. She said, if you want information to get out of here, she said, I have a meeting with my attorney, and I'll let my attorney know what's up. But I'm telling you, you really need to just not deal with her. And Julia was like, can you please just get a message to my mother and tell my mother to pay this woman more money so she'll bring me some more alcohol. So, of course, the message gets to Angela. And Angela is like, I'm going to go ahead and do it, even though she don't like it. But she wants to protect her daughter. And Philip is like, look, I can't sit here and let you keep getting extorted by this girl. We got to figure out another way. But in the meantime, and in between time, child, that's what's going on with Julia. Now, back over to Falcon Crest. Melissa done found out that Cole got married, and y'all already know how Melissa is. She don't want Cole, but she don't want nobody else to have Cole. So she done rolled up on the wife, talking about some, Cole still wants me. I can have him anytime I want. And she was like, Melissa, look, girl, ain't nobody worried about you or Cole. Worried about you or your obsession with Cole. What we do want is access to the child. Cole wants to see his son. And Melissa was like, listen, that is my child, and Cole will never have a relationship with his son. So he just go ahead. If that's what he wants, then he need to go ahead and get that out his head, because that ain't going to happen. So Cole and his new wife end up going to an attorney to try to get full custody. Because, Cole got a little bit of money now, too. Because the attorney done told him, listen, this ain't going to be cheap, and it ain't going to be easy. And even after you spend all your money and spend all your time, you still might not get what you're looking for. And Cole was like, well, I'm willing to try. That's my son. Now, I feel like he would have done better to just ask for visitation. But he went for the whole gusto, which I guess you ask for more than what you want, and then you can negotiate down. Because getting full custody from Melissa, as nasty of a person as Melissa is, like, you really don't have no good reason to try to get custody of the baby. But neither here nor there, child. That's what they doing. That's what they got going on. Now, Richard is still trying to get in where he fit in. And his little assistant, his new assistant, she is kind of staking her claim and trying to become more than his assistant. You know, she kind of feeling some kind of way about Miss Melissa. And he see it. He sees that she sort of, you know, is interested and she keep throwing stuff out there. And he lets her know, look, you know, basically Melissa is giving me what I need. I mean, if you want to be, you know, if you want to get something going, then you got to get something going. So eventually, you know, they're going to end up hooking up, child. Richard decides that he's going to have a housewarming for his new estate that he has overlooking the valley. And, of course, you know, Chase and Angela were like, Lord, him and his damn parties. Like, he always ready to have a party and show off something. But anyway, so that's what they got going on. Now, Angela gets wind that Michael is investigating, and Michael done figured out, and he done connected too many dots. He has connected way too many dots. So Angela ends up calling Chase and Michael down to the house, and she puts on this whole dog and pony show of exposing the doctor for selling the drugs to Lance illegally, and those are drugs that the baby OD'd on and almost died. And she's got the sheriff there to arrest him, and it's real dog and pony. But of course, it ain't fooling nobody. It's not fooling Chase, and it's not fooling Michael. They know that she did that because they were getting a little too close for comfort and figuring things out, right? It was way too convenient. But what Chase does understand is she wouldn't have taken that chance if she didn't feel like she had control of the situation. So she clearly feels like she's got enough ammunition to justify what she did and to cover up her tracks or whatever. So Lance is down to the bar feeling sorry for himself because his wife is cheating on him with Richard. Terry is down to the bar trying to stir up some trouble. So what ends up happening? Lance ends up getting into a bar fight defending Terry. Terry is all lovey-dovey with him because, of course, the minute she finds out that he is Angela Channing's son and he lives in Falcon Crest, she sees dollar signs and cha-ching. So that is getting ready to be a real interesting situation. Again, Terry got some issue with her, okay? She got some issue with her. So Cole and his wife go down and try to make good with the daddy. They still trying to, you know, bring the daddy back around and let the daddy know how much they love him and want him in his life. And child, he still ain't really here for it, okay? It's going to take a while for them to break the daddy down, okay? It's going to take a while for all that to happen. Ultimately, Richard has his party. Everybody shows up, and Richard shows off his new house and shows them how he sits up on a hill and looks down on the rest of them in their houses. You know, it was a very narcissistic moment. And that's pretty much where the episode ended. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.